Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. Alongside tonight, Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, with Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. And a look at the block shot number over the last few seasons for Jaren Jackson.
Unfortunately, his block numbers have been going down the last couple seasons. Offensive players seem to have figured out ways to get around him to limit his impact.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Guard spots filled by Morant and Jerome. Wells is out there with Brandon Clark. And it's Edey in at the center. And for Utah, they've got Lauri Markkanen. Walker Kessler is out there with Jaren Jackson. Then there's Bailey. And it's George in at the point. And like everyone else, GA, I'm looking forward to the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, we have a pair of the best centers in the NBA. Points in the paint will be a key number tonight.
Now, here's Markkanen. Pass to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Morant. The shot by George, no good. Now, here's Wells. He's tightly guarded. Stolen by Jackson. Now, Bailey. Shoots over Morant. Bailey misses. Morant with it. Had a tough time getting going against the Thunder. He was a non-factor in that game. It's good.
Yeah, really nice finish there with contact. Morant with great body control.
Morant against George. Kessler, a screen on Morant. Outside for Jackson. They get it back. Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
Well, Kessler to the rescue, using his size to win the rebound, and then quickly going on the attack himself.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Utah.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
And Jackson gets it to go.
Well, this is why you get Jackson Jr. the ball inside. He has a good sense for how to capitalize down there.
Morant against George. Morant, the bounce pass. Pass to Jerome. Yep, it counts.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
For Utah, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Bailey sends a screen for George. Over to the wing. Outside, Markkanen. Just 5 on the clock. The 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
Yeah, look, that's not the kind of performance they would have liked. But the one good thing about this league, the next game's always right around the corner.
Here's Bailey. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. And Coach Van Gundy, the big name for Memphis is Ja Morant. But his superstar trajectory hitting a little bit of turbulence.
Well, some of those troubles were self-inflicted, Kevin, but also questions about his high-flying style. As he said himself, the falls can take it out of you.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
I briefly spoke with Will Hardy. The topic at hand, Ja Morant. His ability to completely dominate at times because he's so athletic and aggressive. Coach said we can't let him live in the lane. We have to keep bodies in front of him and make him work for everything he gets. Back to you, Kevin.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. And the Jazz with possession here. Following the miss by Ja Morant. Outside for George. His three-pointer's off the mark. And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Pass to Wells. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And in the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild, but they've overachieved for a couple of seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
No good on the free throw. And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball up until last year. The Jazz, the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
And he sinks the second. Well, we still have lots of time left in the season, Coach, but we've seen some breakout performances, haven't we?
We certainly have, and that's one of my favorite things to track, Kevin. Which players improved in the offseason, which guys have taken their game to the next level.
Now, Morant, after Lauri Markkanen misses from long range, and they take the lead. Morant's got his second basket of the game.
Well, keeping his composure against defensive pressure inside. Nice work there by Morant.
Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to the Nuggets in Ball Arena.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Yeah, those opposing crowds can put you off balance at the stripe, but you got to block out the noise and make those free throws.
3 on the clock. Three-pointer, Markkanen. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Wells in the corner. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
Unselfish play by Morant. He's all for finding the available perimeter shooter.
Jazz trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
On the wing, Jackson. He's covered by Clark. Shoots a fader, and the basket by Jackson.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Morant outside. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from George. Morant's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field here. Back to George. Fires for 3, and the 3-ball is good.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
For Memphis, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Clark a screen on George. Morant passes to Wells. And he drives in, and he banks in the layup. Wells has got 6.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
The Jazz trailing. Pass to Bailey. Jackson kicks to Markkanen. Now George. Back to Markkanen. And the Jazz with another 3.
And we'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Here's Jerome. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
The Jazz shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Bailey misses.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Back to Morant. 8 feet away, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Markkanen passes to Kessler. And here's George. Beyond the arc. Wells grabs the miss.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Memphis.
Well, yeah, early on, the mid-range jumpers have been an important part of their attack. They're going old school.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Nurkic checked in for Walker Kessler. Filipowski comes in for Jackson. Mikhailuk's checked in for Bailey. And it's Collier in for George.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
Williams, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And this Grizzlies organization, Greg, not afraid to innovate.
Yeah, we see that with the offense they've implemented, different from just about any other team in the league. Rather than pick and roll, it's much more predicated on off-ball shifts and cutting.
And he makes the first. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
Edey with a screen for Morant. Shoots over Collier, and it's Morant missing.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Here's Mikhailuk. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
Here's Jerome. The Grizzlies with another miss. And so it's Utah here with the ball. Williams with the ball. Guarded down by Jackson.
Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfect.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. Trailing by 2. Nurkic with the block.
And that 7'2" wingspan for Nurkic, he can just gobble up shots. He knocks that one away with authority.
Here's Collier. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Mikhailuk passes to Collier. 5 to shoot. Nurkic a screen on Morant. Nurkic can't hit. The Grizzlies have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Now here's Morant. Defense right on him. Drains it from beyond the arc. Morant's got 9.
Wow. When Morant is hitting the 3, he becomes basically unguardable.
Back to Nurkic. Nice ball movement by Utah. Outside Williams. Over Jackson. Williams can't hit. The Grizzlies with the lead. Here's Morant. 9 points in the game so far. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
The Jazz shooting only around 32% so far in this one. The offense looking a bit off kilter. To the paint. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Jerome. Off target from outside.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Jackson in the corner. Morant outside. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And it's a 5-point Grizzly lead.
Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Here's Collier. Shoots over Morant. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. Memphis out in front, up by 5. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
And the Grizzlies leading by 5. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Santi Aldama is out there with G.G. Jackson. Then it's Pippen. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
An ideal stretch big. Aldama is 6'11" and very good behind the line.
Pass to Jackson for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Jackson's got 7 points in the game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And here's Pippen following the 3 from Jaren Jackson. Down low. It's rebounded by Mikhailuk. Jazz trail by 5. Lets it go. And it's Collier missing. Memphis has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Bounce pass Pippen. Now Aldama. He's coming off a 10-point game against Oklahoma City. Pippen, no luck. Utah shooting just 31% in the game. Outside for Jackson. No good on the triple. Memphis leading by 5. Here's Caldwell-Pope. A second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Well, a big win here or there can really sustain a rebuilding team, and Utah coach Will Hardy said the results matter in order to keep belief in your process. Seeing the work pay off. The building of a team doesn't happen in one day. The players are staying with it, and they deserve all of the credit for that. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. Now, here's Pippen. He has yet to score. Outside Jackson. Puts up a deep 3. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Jazz trail by 7. Here's Collier. Pass to Mikhailuk. Screen by Nurkic. Inside. The kick out to Williams. Misses the three. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. It's Caldwell Pope with the drive. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's to Jackson. Here's Collier, defended by Pippen. Here's Collier. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. And here's Pippen. Takes a shot at the elbow, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And now an 11-point Grizzly lead.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Gigi Jackson. Wells comes in for Caldwell Pope. And it's John Morant in for Scottie Pippen. On the wing, Markkanen. The Jazz working the ball around now.
Putting that length and athleticism to use. Jackson rises up.
Memphis leading by 9. To the right side. Pass to Clark. Here's Aldama. And Aldama slams it in.
Well, at nearly 7 feet, throwing it down is probably almost effortless for Aldama.
Here's Collier. Now, here's Markkanen. Clock at 6. Tries from 7. Aldama with the rebound.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Pass to Clark. Here's Sensabaugh. Still yet to score. It's stolen by Aldama. Here's Wells. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Jazz trail by 11. What a unique skill set Jaren Jackson Jr. coach brings to the floor.
No question, Kevin. He's a two-way player, a defensive player of the year who also has proven he can be a primary scorer, and he can score it from the three-point line, or he can put it on the floor and go to the basket. Plus, he's got a post game. This is one of the most versatile players in the league.
Here's Collier. Jackson, a screen on Morant. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Hey, get on job.
Pass to Clark. Morant outside. Knocks down the three ball. Morant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. Here's
Collier. George in the post. Guarded by Morant. Just 2 to shoot. Trying to get something going. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
Nice looking mid-range shot by George. Such an aggressive scorer.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. The Jazz making a switch here. Bailey's checked in. Well, for the past month, it's been quite a three-point shooting display for these small forwards. Just check out their percentages from long range. You take a look at Wells. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
He is a sharpshooter, guys. I mean, no doubt about that. Just who you want roaming on the wing and waiting for the defense to fall asleep.
Here's Jerome. Pass to Edey. Now Morant. Clark the pass to Wells. Here's Jerome. Fires the 3. The shot by Wells, no good. Bailey with the ball. George looking around. Outside for Jackson. Pass to Markkanen. Out to the wing. Outside Jackson. Fade away. They get it again. Outside George. Kessler setting the pick for George. Shoots over Morant. Grizzlies with the rebound. Edey's got his 6th rebound on the night. Clark for 3. The rebound by the Jazz. Kessler's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Markkanen from outside. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Stan, you and, well, your whole family, masters of defensive coaching. So with that in mind, what makes a great defender?
Wow, that is a great question, Kevin, and a complicated one in a lot of ways. Number one, length and athletic ability really help you. Guys who can move their feet and have great length can cover up a lot of mistakes. But then there's the fundamentals and your ability to move your feet and great focus and determination.
The free throw drops for Wells. Nurkic checked in for Jackson. And he makes both free throws. And the Grizzlies choosing to move forward with Coach Isolo to head their program. Stan, after he took over as interim head coach late last season.
Yeah, the first Finnish-born head coach in the NBA. He was a rising star coaching in Europe, now trying his hand in the best league on the planet. Well, you got to keep George away from the basket or you can expect to get dunked on.
Now Jerome. Pass to Edey. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And the Grizzlies lead by 16.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. Now Bailey. There's the lob to Markkanen. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Markkanen showing his athleticism, soaring to hammer home the alley-oop.
Memphis has gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Jerome passes to Morant. Jerome deciding where to go with it. Here's Clark. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
You got to know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Jazz trail by 16. It's George on the wing, guarded by Morant. Outside, Markkanen. Off target from three-point range.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Jerome passes to Morant. And it's off from three-point range. Utah shooting 31% in the second. Some poor shot selection for them in this quarter. Bailey passes to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Markkanen. From past the arc. Drills it from outside. Markkanen's got 8 points.
Well, those corners are a sweet spot for most shooters, and it's no different for Markkanen.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys.
And here we have the numbers for Markkanen. Really been a key contributor over the past month. He's putting up about 21 points per, just over 2 steals, and 5 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, he gives you something to build around night after night. Reliability is huge in this league.
Here's Jerome. Morant outside. Jerome, a screen on George. Shot from free throw range. And it's Morant missing. Jazz trail by 13. Three-pointer, Markkanen. Offensive rebound.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points. Staying active even after the shot goes up.
Morant against George. Morant pulleys his way inside.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Utah shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That's foul number 2 for him. .107 left in the first half.
Well, good luck getting a shot off around Edey. That dude is monstrous.
Now here's Morant. 20 points for him. Pass to Wells. Shot clock at 5. The 3-ball. Jerome. No good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
For Memphis, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. First one falls for him.
Well, Morant is so athletic that he finds himself at the free throw line a lot.
Kyle Filipowski's checked in for the Jazz.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Now here's Markkanen. Covered by Wells. And here's Markkanen. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Nuggets in Denver. And here's George for 3. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, coin toss. In fact, I'm going to make a prediction. This game goes to the last shot.
Jetstradamus. We're going to have to keep a tally of the predictions by you two. Changing gears now. Fellas, we need to talk about how dominant Ja Morant looked in that first half.
We've talked about how Morant has that it factor, aggressive, confident, has the skill set to back it up. We saw all of that in the first half.
He's a bona fide superstar, Shaq. Bona fide now. People compare him to Allen Iverson with athleticism. But Morant has good length, and on top of all, he's got all the other things.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Markkanen is out there with Jaren Jackson. Then there's Walker Kessler. Then it's George, and it's Bailey in at the 2. That's the group right now for Utah. Now here's Wells. From outside, off the mark. We've known about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s defensive acumen, but G.A. much improved as a scorer as well.
Yeah, her range out beyond the arc and his handle, I think it's underrated. One of the top two-way bigs in our league.
Jerome, no good. Jazz trail by 15. Right side George. All alone. Nice jump shot. Good. George has got 9 points.
A jumper with a nice high release. George was ready to attack the second he got the ball.
And here's Jerome. He'll bring it up for Memphis. At one point, they led by 16. 80 the bounce pass. Morant with a wide open look. Bangs home the trifecta. Morant's got 25 points.
We love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Pass to Morant. It's hauled in by George. George has got 5 rebounds tonight.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight.
Well, there's a 7-footer who can own the glass and hit shots from the outside. Lauri Markkanen is everything you want in a big.
Jazz trail by 12. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you, guys. Ja Morant looking to lead the way. He said, I set the tone. My teammates feed off of it, and I love to compete. That's how we all grew up, playing on the blacktop outside, competing at a high level when there was no cameras around. Back to you.
He's got that alpha mentality. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. And so here's Memphis, following the bucket by the Jazz. Here's Jerome. And the rejection by Jackson.
This is not how they wanted to start the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
Jazz have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Kessler passes to George. Jackson, a screen on Jerome. The 10-footer. It's sent back by Edey.
Well, after 3 straight makes, that's their first miss of the half.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Jazz trail by 10. And George kicks to Jackson. Markkanen in the corner. Latrey. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. For Memphis, they've gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. Pass to Clark. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Jazz have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Crafty move. Pass to Kessler. And that one drops for him. Kessler's got his second basket of the night.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
And the Grizzlies leading by 8. To the inside. Stolen by Kessler. Here's George. And it's Bailey in the corner. To the paint. It's tipped. And now Wells pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Grizzlies?
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
One shot. And on top of that, they've really been dialed in from deep, just dropping triple after triple.
The free throw drops for Wells. Jazz trail by 11. Pass to Bailey. Harkin in from outside. Jerome with the rebound.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
Now Edey. He's covered by Kessler. Shot clock at 6. Back to Jerome. And a miss there on the triple.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Memphis leading by 11. Out left to the wing. George with the steal. To the middle. Here's Jackson. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Jackson's got 11 points.
A nice bit of muscle there from Jackson Jr. to get the inside score through contact.
And Jerome has got the ball here for Memphis. At one point, they led by 16. Stolen by Jackson. And now Utah, fast break. George, no good. Memphis has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Well, basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Grizzlies have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. To stand here, we have one of the bright young centers in the NBA, Walker Kessler.
Look, start with this with Walker Kessler, Kevin. A great rim protector. You're just not going to get layups with Walker Kessler on the floor. Then he's an outstanding offensive rebounder, and he's got great hands, which makes him very effective as a roll man in the pick and roll.
And Markkanen is showing the aggressiveness you like to see in a guy with his skill set. Somebody who doesn't lack confidence when he shoots the ball.
Jazz trail by 10. Here's Bailey. Pass to Kessler. And here's Jackson. Now Kessler. 5 on the clock. Takes the 3. And Jaren Jackson, good for 3. Jackson's got 14 points for the game.
Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Bounce pass for Jerome. Edey with it. Guarded now by Jackson.
Easy to appreciate the physicality that Clark plays with. This is what earns him those calls.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. The Jazz making a switch here. Collier's checked in. And so Clark nails both of them. Utah with the ball. 9-point game. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Picked his pocket. Utah with the rebound. Outside, George. Pass to Kessler. Down low. Jackson passes to Kessler. 6 to shoot. Misses from short range.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
And slam dunk by Clark.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Outside, George. Jackson has the open look. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Back to Wells. With the second effort. And that one's good by Clark. Clark's got 13.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
Now, here's George. 14 points for him. This one for 3. Pass to Collier. Three-pointer, Markkanen. It's rebounded by Memphis. Clark's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Jerome passes to Wells. Here's Clark. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now, here's Markkanen. 13 points in the game. Can they get it? The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 6 assists in the game.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
A different look for Utah. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Walker Kessler. And Filipowski has subbed in for Jaren Jackson. The Grizzlies also making a change. Santi Aldama's checked in for Edey. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. Pass to Aldama. Clark left side. Back to Aldama. Here's Jerome. Defended by George. And that one is good from Jerome.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Outside, George. Nurkic setting the pick for George. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist by George. George has got his 7th assist here tonight. Jerome with it. 5 points in the game. Pass to Aldama. Now, here's Clark. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Here's Jerome. Rebounded by the Jazz. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And the foul on Jalen Wells. That's his first foul. Luke's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Here's Luke. Covered by Wells. Outside, George. 4 on the clock. Here's Luke. Offensive rebound. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Yeah, and how about the stick-to-itiveness on that possession? Stayed with it, didn't give up until the ball was in the basket.
And it's Clark in the corner. Over to the left wing. From the arc. Filipowski grabs the board. Here's Collier. Guarded by Jerome. To the inside. Stolen. And here's the fast break. 9 feet out. And that's good for 2. 6 points for him.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Pass to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Easy to see the kind of impact George is going to have in this league. Already so productive.
And Jerome has got the ball here for the Grizzlies. At one point, they led by 16. Clark finds Jerome. Clark a screen on George. Back to Clark. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Collier. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Filipowski. Now George. 16 points for him. Three-pointer. Not going to go that time. And so it's Memphis holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll return shortly. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Morant and Caldwell Pope are their guards. Jackson is out there with Santi Aldama. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Luke. A three-pointer, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 11. And the layup is good.
And Matador defense
That's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Here's Collier. Jackson, a screen on Morant. Collier. That three off the mark. The Grizzlies shooting well, 50% from the floor. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Good D by Williams. Jazz trail by 13.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Jackson, a screen on Morant. Outside Jackson. Pass to Collier. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Mikhailuk. Another miss by Utah.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Nailed from three-point land. Morant's got 28 points for the game.
Well, this kind of performance from Morant doesn't surprise anyone. He can score with the best of them.
Jazz have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That will be foul number 5 on him. Pippen's checked in for Ja Morant. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Here's Collier. Pass to Mikhailuk. 5 to shoot. Nurkic, a screen on Caldwell Pope. A nice shot by Mikhailuk.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
Now, here's Pippen. Jackson from long range. It's rebounded by Mikhailuk. Jazz trail by 13. On the wing, Williams puts up a 3. That one, no good. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Jackson misses. For Utah, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one made.
Well, he's the defensive anchor, but Jackson Jr. is reminding everyone he is a force on offense as well.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. To the middle, here's Aldama. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Pass to Jackson. Here's Collier. Outside for Jackson. Clock at 6. Off target with his 3. And the Grizzlies leading by 11. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Jackson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Well, this is the level of rim protection you get with Jaren Jackson Jr. He takes pride in being this team's defensive anchor.
And we have a timeout called by Thomas Isolo. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Markkanen, he's checked in for the Jazz. Zach Edey, he's checked in for Memphis. And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Head coach of the Grizzlies had some words for his team over the break. And they told their team, no easy threes. Let's guard that arc. Don't let anyone get an open look. With the lead, they want to close this one out with their perimeter defense. Back to you.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Now, here's Markkanen. And the Deflection by Jackson. Rebounded by the Jazz.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Markkanen, a screen on Pippen. Back to Markkanen. Another miss by Utah.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Now here's Pippen. Caldwell Pope outside. And he drops that one in. And the Grizzlies lead by 16.
Well, you have to appreciate how Caldwell Pope always stays ready to jump in and make the play.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
His turnovers haven't helped their cause. It's almost as if he's playing for the other team.
A different look for Utah. Walker Kessler, he's jacked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Georgia subbed in for Williams. Memphis leading by 16. And here's Pippen to the left side wing. Lets the three fly. And it's Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got 11 rebounds in the game. Outside for Jackson. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 8th assist in the game.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
Now, here's Pippen. Pass to Edey. Memphis moving it around. Now, here's Caldwell Pope. He's covered closely. It's good on the putback.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Collier. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Yeah, Jackson's ability to both dive to the rim as well as pop out for a jump shot makes him an excellent partner in the pick and roll.
And the Grizzlies leading by 15. Bounce pass Pippen. Edey with it. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Goes up from the top of the key. And it's hauled in by Markkanen.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort today.
Oh, nice pass by Markkanen. Knows it's better to give it up than force his own shot.
Now Pippen. To the left wing. Three-pointer. Drains the three-pointer.
And after a lackluster first half, he's playing with a lot more energy now. Sometimes it takes that break to reset.
Now, here's George. There's the drive. And George with the stuff.
Aggressive slash from the young guard. George fears no one when attacking the basket.
Here's Pippen. Pass to Edey. And here's Jackson. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. No good with the triple.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And it's Collier missing. And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Pass to Edey. The three, Pippen drills the three-pointer. Pippen's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, it's good to see Edey show off his passing skills. The more dimensions he has to his game, the better off he'll be.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And Utah making a change here. Bailey's checked in. Here's George. Pass to Bailey. On the wing, Markkanen. Covered by Wells. Shot clock at 3. George! The long shot, no good.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of it from distance, but look, he's got to find something easier.
Here's Jerome. Morant sets a screen for Jerome. And it's Clark with the finish.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their connected cam. Outside Jackson takes a 3, buries the deep ball.
And Jackson Jr. takes a good number of threes for a reason, because he's confident in his ability to drain it from here.
And the Grizzlies leading by 16. Jerome with it. Edey outside.
Right here.
Now Morant puts one up from 19. Edey, Jackson with the rebound. And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Now Markkanen shoots the 3. Edey rips down the rebound.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Morant, no good from 3. Jazz shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. George off the glass.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Memphis has gone over and over to the three-point shot in the fourth quarter. 4 of 9. Stolen by Markkanen. Now Jackson. Oh, and he cannot get the layup.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Memphis.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Brandon Clark.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
It's Morant. And down goes the 3.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
Yeah, the good news, though, is they've already got the win wrapped up. He might as well sit back and enjoy this one. Yeah, and luckily, they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
Here's Collier, guarded by Pippen. Williams, strong move off the glass. Now here's Pippen. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Here's Aldama. He's guarded by Nurkic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes the 3. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Ja Morant.